as we were saying earlier, all of a sudden, families can find themselves in just, some of the most challenging, daunting, situations when they wake up one day and all of a sudden they're becoming a family caregiver, or a loved one receives a diagnosis or needs care. Is there something uncomfortable though about having to negotiate pay with someone who's caring for your parent or your child? And how should families start thinking about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing I'll say that is so unique about this employment relationship is that it is incredibly intimate, right? This person is in your home. They're often seeing like your and your family's most vulnerable moments, and they're often there for like the biggest moments. So in our situation, my dad passed away at home in his bed, which is exactly what he wanted. And guess who was around him? It was me, my sister, my mom, and our caregiver. It was all of us together, right? The caregiver was equally there and in the situation as my mom and my sister. So it's so intimate. It's so it's just so close, and yet it is a professional relationship. So I just want to acknowledge how unique that is. For us, the first thing that we thought about was thinking really holistically. So, I think it can be easy to just think, okay, I need to negotiate a pay rate. But actually, there are a lot of other variables that make someone feel valued and that make someone feel safe, that makes someone feel like they really do want to work hard for you, right? So that's the first thing I would say is like think more holistically. What really matters to this person? What will make them feel valued? And ask, right? Like say that directly. What will make you feel valued? And then I would also say this is not forever. And another thing that is uniquely challenging about caregiving is, especially for us, we didn't know how long we would need it for, right? Like with something like Parkinson's, like doctors told us we could have 20 years. Others told us, like, hey, given X situation and Y situation, it could be less. It's very hard to financially plan when you have that much variability, right? Um, but, like, we lost my father about 2 months ago, and I am so grateful that we invested in the caregiver. Like, that is money I am never going to look back on because it gave my mom sanity. It gave me sanity. It made sure that like my mom, my sister, and I were really focusing on like being there for my dad emotionally. Like it really, I think, unlocked a lot for us. Um, the last thing I would say is that like I say this with my team a lot, but clear is kind. Like document expectations, document pay, document benefits, like use a contract because things can happen, things can go wrong. Often it feels like you're on the same page, but unless it's written down, you might not be. And it's just better for everyone if things are documented and you have that clarity on both sides.